everybody. How you doing this morning? Quite an evening we had yesterday. Temperatures have already jumped up to 79 degrees today, and we have some showers and storms moving in already, though they don't look like they're severe just yet. So we have a little bit of good news right there. But it is, you can see, getting a little turbulent looking out there. And I'm keeping forecast highs around 82 because I think we're going to have the clouds come in now, and we're going to see those showers and those clouds hold temperatures down. So it looks like we're going to see a little, it's coming into June here. So to see that little bonus of it being a little cooler might be something, especially because a lot of you are without power. We'll get into that in just a bit. First off, a little bit of housekeeping. I've gotten two credible notifications about pronunciation, and I thank you for this. Beldo, not Bellado. That E at the end of the bell was getting me. And then this one is just my Yankee showing. It's not Chattagner, it's Chattagna. You don't pronounce the R. All right, thank you for submitting those to me, and I will fix that problem. And we got it. Again, that Yankee, it comes out every once in a while. So we have your last 24-hour rainfall map. It was a pretty widespread, intense but quick hit. So anywhere from maybe a couple of tenths down there around Ville Platte to 1.5 to 2 inches for a lot of the other parts of the area. Yeah, Beldo. All right, I'm getting it, guys. I'm going to get them all by the time I'm like 70 or something. But yeah, you can see the rain was widespread. We ended up with 100% coverage on that, and we ended up with a pretty good coverage on the power outages too. So still 5,000 customers without power in Rapides Parish, 6,000 in Vernon. These numbers are coming down, but just a quick estimate here. Got 15, 22, 4, 5, 20, a little over 25,000 power outages that are still in the area, and these kind of squared up right in the heart of central Louisiana. So I know some of you are without power, and unfortunately we do have more rain and more storms coming into the area. So I hope I didn't hit that too fast. There is your so overnight last night we had a complex of storms. The character of this complex of storms was totally governed by what happened with what we had out here yesterday evening. So that kind of killed things off because that cluster of storms was up here. So you see there's no northern half of this. That thing dove to the south, found the instability, and this one's not bothering us. This is the one that I thought was going to come through around now or a little bit later, but we do see as we get in a little bit closer that those showers and storms are starting to form now. Now, it's not that big organization that we saw with all the crazy pinks and the big strong line coming through and the 100-mile-an-hour wind gusts showing up on radar, but we do have those spotty showers. Let's see if there's any lightning. Oh, no. You know what? I'm not going to do that actually right now because that causes me to go to another source. I'll do that at the end. So temperatures, again, 79. We just hopped up here at Alexandria. Everybody else, we're kind of lagging. We don't have those updates in yet, but I would assume they're a few degrees warmer, so that map's kind of useless. And the temperatures for today, again, up to about 82. Then the rain comes in, keeps those temperatures in check, and then overnight tonight we fall back into the 70s, 70-ish around Alexandria and for most of the area. A little warmer toward I-10. It's not going to rain constantly all day, but there is a good chance for showers and storms throughout the afternoon. Rain chances at about 80%, and some of you, of course, are already seeing this. And I actually went with the Barron model. I always talk about the HRRR and the GFS and my old standby favorites here. Well, this one actually was showing a little better on what we have going on with storms in southeast Texas and then the stuff that's developing west of Alexandria. And you can see we don't get that crazy organization with these because they're popping up overhead. So it takes them a little time, given this setup, to organize and develop that big composite outflow with all that crazy wind and everything. So that may happen a little further north and northeast, but then we could see another round of storms this evening. And then we could see another one on Saturday. So multiple rounds of showers and storms. There is a threat for severe weather. It's a marginal level 1 of 5 for most of the area. I'll show you the severe risks here in just a second. But there's also a flood threat, and that's because the soil is just too wet here. So it's not like I'm saying we're going to get 10 inches of rain, but another 1 to 3 inches of rain on top of what we've seen. That could cause some flooding issues, and I think we could possibly see that. I'm going to turn my audio up just a bit there. So flood watch there for Natchitoches, Sabine, Wynn, Grant, and LaSalle Parish, and they've trimmed back the slight risk for severe thunderstorms just over the northern parts parts of the area. That includes Grant and Wynne, parts of LaSalle, Concordia, and Catahoula, but does not include us here in Alexandria and Point South. But yesterday was a level 1 marginal risk, so things can happen. Things can get wild. Tomorrow is a level 1 marginal risk for the entire state, so we will have to see how these storms kind of characterize and what happens. What I watch for is, what do we have to disrupt the instability? Because if we get that stretch where we have like 24 hours where it's kind of undisturbed and we can really kind of warm up and all that stuff, that's when these storms get their act together, and that's what we saw yesterday. And still, it looks like through next Thursday, we're going to see another 1 to 3, maybe 4 inches of rain in some spots across the area. This is just to give you a general idea, but more rain is going to fall, and your 7-day forecast reflects that very well. It looks like it's gonna start to kind of tamp down toward the beginning of next week, but rain chances up at 80% today and tomorrow, so most of us see rain and hear thunder. Sunday, kind of a transition day back to drier, and I think by Monday through Wednesday, it's really kind of your typical isolated pop-up stuff. Sorry about that. And then on Thursday, rain chances do come up a little bit, though I don't see this as something that's going to become this widespread craziness like we have been seeing. But we will see cooler temperatures diving in from the north. This is going to try to make it down here. I think it keeps us around normal, so upper 80s, maybe near 90 degrees. As we get into the middle of June, hey, we have done a lot worse than that before. So that's what we're looking at in the extended, with near or slightly above normal precipitation. We don't need the rain by any stretch. We need more than we would get earlier in the year because it gets so hot and dries things up. So it's just this really crazy, delicate balance here in Louisiana this time of the year. I've been talking about that and harping on that for a bit. So let me see. Did it storm in Gina? It did. You guys had lightning and thunder and all that stuff. I don't know about the any damage reports, but I do plan on going out and pending. I have a box that might not show up for the shirt business, and if I don't get that, I might have to go to Baton Rouge. So either way, I do want to make it out and go and take a look at some of that damage around Union Hill, Forest Hill, and wherever I may end up rolling today. So and as I've said a million times, it's hard to see it. There it is. Igloo roofing. Use them if you can. If you don't have if your son's not a roofer, you don't have a roofer in the family or a good friend or something, this is one of those things where I'm like, I don't know who to use for this. They really, really help this whole operation out. So if you're looking up there, you got a tree that clipped the corner of your house, you got shingles missing, any issues from last night, give them a call, 318-542-7477. And if you see me walking around the streets later today in my Igloo roofing shirt, it just so happens I'm going to be out inspecting the damage myself because I like to do this stuff and just kind of see what happened, see the characteristics of it, and see if I need to tell the National Weather Service, hey, there might have been a tornado here, something like that. And your damage reports on the damage report thread were awesome for pinpointing these areas that have the worst of it. So I'm going to get out of here. I will perhaps see you later today, should we start to get some warnings out of this. But I don't foresee that big sweeping bow echo to come across the area. I do think we are going to see more storms, and there is that low-end potential for some severe. Thank you, Sharon. All right, I am Elwood Road and Forest Hill. I'll probably head that way, too. DeVille, my goodness, I'm going to be driving all over. Pitkin, I'm gonna hit it. I'm going to go around and just kind of see what I see and go to the spots that I've seen the most comments from. I'm going to get out of here now. I promise you, I'll see you back here. Have a wonderful Friday and weekend, and hopefully your power comes back on soon.